Once upon a time, in Africa, there was a crocodile called Bamba. Bamba and his family went to seek pilgrimage in Mecca. On the way there, they traveled many, many miles, but soon their water and their food supply ran out. They got tired and they eventually settled in beside a tree, under the shade. Soon came a hunterman called Donzo. Donzo was surprised to discover the crocodile family. Bamba, he said, why are you so far from the river? Good intentions brought us here, but our food and legs gave out, explained Bamba. Can you return us to our home in the water? And Donzo said, you crocodiles are very well known for biting people in the river. I will not take the chance. After hearing that, the crocodile wept and gnashed with all his teeth and swore in the name of all creatures that he would not harm the hunterman. And Donzo finally agreed to carry them to the river. But how should I do it? Donzo asked. Oh, that is simple, said Bamba, and he instructed the hunterman how one carries four crocodiles on top of one's head. Donzo pulled some rope from his hunting bag and tied the crocodile's feet together. He stacked them, one on top of the other, very neatly, then hoisted them onto his head. Once at Riverside, Bamba the crocodile begged Donzo to carry them deeper into the river, where the current ran strong. But when the hunterman did so, Bamba took Donzo's hand between his great jaws and smiled. You know, I haven't had anything to eat in a long time, he said. Wouldn't it be foolish to let you go? The hunterman reminded Bamba of his promise, and they then argued at great length about right and wrong. Soon an old cow came to the riverside to drink, and Donzo begged her to help him, but the cow only said, Mook, I will not interfere. Man does not respect others. Look at me. I spent my life providing milk, giving up my children to man. Now that I am old, man gives me no consideration. I don't care if Bamba eats you. Then the old cow turned and walked away. Next, an old horse came to the riverside, and the hunterman pleaded for help. But the horse said, Man is weak. I used to help him plow his fields and haul big loads, but I was only beaten for my helpfulness. Mook, I would be foolish to intervene. I should let Bamba have you. After taking a long drink from the river, the old horse turned and walked away. Next came a chicken, wondering what all this fuss was about, and Donzo told her. Mook, 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 she said, you do not deserve my help. Man takes my eggs, my children, and when he is very happy, he and his friends feast over my body. Bamba, eat him if you like. Referring her feathers, scratching up the dust in the direction of the hunterman, she turned and walked away. Next, an old mango tree that stood quietly by the riverside spoke up. Man does not deserve my sympathy, she said. Each season, when I bear my sweet children, he takes them all. When he is tired and hot, he enjoys my shade, but how does he repay me? He cuts my limbs, and when I become too old to help him, he will surely cut me down and burn me. Mook, let Bamba eat him, she said, and she waved her branches in the breeze with no guilt. At last, Rabbit, the most clever animal in the bush, passed by. When Donzo begged for help and explained his predicament, Rabbit laughed out loud. How can someone put such a big and long load of crocodiles on his head? I don't believe it's possible. But it's true, Bamba insisted, and to prove it, Bamba and his family all came ashore with Donzo the hunterman and showed Rabbit how it was done. When Donzo had tied the crocodile surely to his head, Rabbit said, Ho, ho, ho! Here you are, hunterman. Now you can take your crocodiles home to your wife to make a great meal. Donzo was so grateful to the rabbit for his turn of fortune that he invited him back to his village to join the feast. As they neared the village, they found that Donzo's good fortune had changed once again. A fellow villager greeted them and regretfully informed Donzo that his wife had fallen gravely ill. The healer of the village had searched everywhere for the tears of crocodile to help cure the sick woman, but there were none to be found. When Donzo heard this, he began to cry, for he loved his wife dearly. Then he lifted the heavy load from his head and addressed Bamba the crocodile. Let these be the last tears any of us shed today. Bamba, I will release you and your family in exchange for a few of your tears. With this, the crocodile family shed tears of joy, which the hundred men gathered quickly in his drinking ground before rushing home to save his wife. Donzo never forgot the lessons he learned from the cow, the horse, the chicken, the mango tree, and the rabbit. From that time forward, he has reminded people of the importance of living in harmony with nature and the necessity of placing man among, not above, all living things.